Listen up, you blundering fools. It's time for the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. Get all the toy talk your evil hearts could desire from these nincompoops. Jason, Corey, Elgin, and Spooty.
Yo, Joe, and welcome to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast, where a punk rock band of brothers get together to talk about one of our shared loves, toy collecting. We're here to celebrate how these little colorful pieces of plastic can transform you into a little kid again.
Where the hell are we?
This, for those, if it's your first time listening or watching us on YouTube, you're going to see something a little different. I'll just leave it at that, so you have to tune into YouTube.
It's
a penis. I want to know why you didn't get the Dolly Parton in the corner.
No, they can't see that. They don't know about her. And they never will. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. There's so much in the world to take your time, and we really appreciate you giving us some of yours. But you're going to learn soon enough, we are not toy experts. It's true. We're going to get things wrong. We're just enthusiasts.
Argument from me.
We just like talking toys. So let's introduce the band to your fellow podcast co-hosts. On lead vocals and rhythm guitar, he's our real American hero. It's Corey Canny.
I am Corey, and I like to party.
That's right. And on vocals and lead guitar and a true master of the universe, the quiet one, Elgin Arney.
I'm Elgin, and I like to party.
We can't both like to party.
Next up on the bass guitar, he's more than meets the eye. He's our Transformers guy. It's Spooty.
Hi. I'm not big on gatherings.
And on drums, it's me. Like this one. Jason, that's what they call me. I'm here to share my love of Transformers and partying. Dudes, yeah. BBTS. What's that stand for, Corey?
Not party.
That's right. But it does stand for Big Bad Toy Store. And the next time you want to visit BBTS, just use our affiliate link. That's bbts.cracktasticplastic.com. And it'll take you to the same Big Bad Toy Store you know and love. And doing it that way helps them know that we sent you there. So once again, edit those bookmarks to bbts.cracktasticplastic.com. I thought you were going to type. It's the only way it helps me do that. That's terrible. Dioramas. They've been a source of fascination and creativity for generations.
Who?
Offering a unique way to encapsulate moments in time, stories, and dreams in a compact and visually stunning form. On this episode, we'll delve deep into the artistry, techniques, and history behind these miniature marvels, uncovering the secrets that bring these small-scale worlds to life. We're also going to, we're doing that today.
Cool.
And Elgin's also going to take us on a tour to a really cool toy store later in the show, so stick around.
Why'd your voice hit that note?
It does that sometimes, all right?
Dad, your friends are here.
You can follow us on Twitter at CracktasticPod and on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Patreon, Threads, all those cool places at Cracktastic Plastic. They can be found at cracktasticplastic.com. That's our website. All those links are there. Just go there. It's easier. Cracktasticplastic.com.
What's Threads?
It's like Twitter for Instagram.
What? Oh.
Just use the same words to confuse him over. While you're surfing those interwebs, though, be sure to stop by our other sponsor, toyhacks.com, for all your repro label needs. They also have an armory there where you can get some toy-accurate 3D printed weaponry and tons of amazing sticker sets for your toys. We also have a monthly caption contest. Why don't you tell them about that, Spooty?
It's pictures and stuff, and then you go and you put words on it, and you make us giggle.
Oh, we like that giggling part.
And then we give you a coupon.
That's right, a $5 coupon for our favoritist caption.
Most favoritist.
That's toyhacks.com. It's a cool place.
Yeah.
I love it.
They finally have Motu stuff.
They do. They're finally caught up. The people demanded it, and they answered. Yes. By people, I mean Elgin. And
I wrote many an angry letter on my typewriter.
Elgin and other men who like to collect action figures with hardly any clothes on.
Yeah.
The action figures, not the men.
Yeah,
although
I type up all my angry letters naked. It's the only way I can concentrate.
But right now, let's talk about what toys we've picked up lately in a segment we call Thrill of the Hunt.
Listen up, you fools! If anyone knows more about searching for the most unique items in the world, it's me, Cobra Commander. In my reign as Cobra's leader, I have acquired countless items, but those meddling Joes have foiled my attempt at worldwide domination over and over again. But it's the thrill of the hunt that fuels my superb rule of Cobra. Pay attention to my loyal subordinates as they tell you of their latest exploits and acquisitions. It's the thrill of the hunt, Cobra!
All right, Corey, what have you picked up lately?
You know what?
What?
I was really excited at the beginning of this week because I thought that I was going to have a second dragonfly to bring to be like, hey, look, I got enough. I wasn't gonna have. Now I got two. And I was gonna say it exactly like that because I sound really stupid and I can't talk. And so this is the second time, two times in a row now, 2 in a row that I have ordered something from Mercari, and the seller just ghosts me completely. Nothing. The first dude, like, after a week, I sent him a message, and I'm like, hey, are you going to send this, or should I cancel it? He's like, no, sorry, I've been really busy at work. I'll get it shipped out tomorrow. Okay. And then, like, 4 days later, still nothing. Like, no tracking, no nothing, no confirmation. I'm like, all right, I'm going to cancel it. And this one, I've sent, it's been over a week, or it's been a week today. And I sent the dude a message yesterday and one today, and still nothing.
That's weird.
I know. And the dude today, he has like 4.5-star rating with over 300 sales and stuff. So I'm like, all right, this dude's legit. I'm just nothing. So all I have is Hot Wheels again.
Oh,
but
that's still cool.
Well, here's the thing, right? Because I think that we can all agree that nobody really likes Hot Wheels in this group except for me.
That's very
we can
true.
agree with that.
We can agree finally on something.
But I don't give a shit. The other thing that we can all agree on is that Batman the Animated Series is the best Batman thing in all of existence.
That is true.
And also possibly the best animated series in all of existence. And so
It's up there. Yeah.
I found this Batman the Animated Series Batmobile the other day and got super excited about it. It's like, hey, man, that's awesome, and I'm going to buy it. So you probably can't see it very well in the video. Does
it help if I spin it around like this?
It does.
Okay.
I throw it at the camera. No. And then this is my second treasure hunt find.
Arr, matey.
Yar. And on this one, well, nope. I thought you could see. Oh, yeah. So
They're words.
No, some of them say TH, but this one just has like the little circle or the little round symbol with the fire in it there on the front. That's the treasure hunt symbol.
You can probably see it on. It's right there.
Yeah, I got excited. I found that. That one's from 2022. So Dollar General's like digging boxes out from under shit in their back room. I think is what's going on.
My index finger is. It might be blocking.
And I so like I've been finding a lot of cars at Dollar General and Dollar Tree from like a year and 2 years ago. For real, like they're
That's
just
us in
like
the Midwest, yeah.
I mean, well, no, it's like, have you ever seen the back room of a Dollar General or a Dollar
also,
Tree?
yeah.
Like it's a shit show.
It's like the front of a Dollar General.
Yeah, dude, I went into the Dollar.
Yeah.
I went to the Dollar Tree here in Ottumwa tonight. My God,
You're addicted to Hot Wheels.
Yeah, but it's terrible. Like it's
not great.
It's like it looks like my kids walked in and just kicked shit around for a while and then left, and nobody cares and hasn't for months.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
You keep your kids out of there.
That's
or you just leave them there, and they can play. They can toss the football around in their house.
I guess. Anyway, yeah. So I probably will. I'll probably end up giving that one to Eddie because I sent it to Eddie and Russell, and Eddie's like, "Oh man, I need that car," and I was like, "Fuck off, dude. This one's for me to have." So I'll probably give that one to him because I wasn't really looking for it. So anyway, that's all the Hot Wheels I'm going to pass around right now because there's a lot more stuff that a lot that you guys got.
Still so embarrassed about his Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
I am
Damn
not
Jackson.
embarrassed, but you guys got a lot more stuff than I do.
Well, it's way cooler than Hot
I'm
Wheels. but-
gonna
Okay, then Elgin, let's do this.
dead air.
All right.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
dead air.
Here's the final movie star turtle. It's Raph from the retro line from Playmates Toys. But yeah, this is the final one. Got all four of them at once. So this is like I showed all the rest from previous episodes. But yeah, he looks all right, I guess. They brought back the larger spots on his body.
Which they should not have.
Probably
Yeah.
a cream for that.
Yeah. It's
They were
I
there.
have one of those on my lower lip that was a pimple, and I swear it's
Yeah.
not herpes.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think the best one was probably Mikey. He looked the best.
It looks like he's got genital warts.
Yeah,
mean,
he's got something.
They're actually there on the turtles, but on these
Yeah.
toys, it's so pronounced.
Yeah,
It's-
they put a white circle around
They
it
look
to
like
make it
bullet
even more.
holes almost. It's
They're Speedles.
yeah.
It's a wormhole,
Yeah. Get lost.
but
in
not
it.
the time travel kind. The kind where
The
a
bad
worm is
kind.
eating him.
Yeah, from the inside out.
Yeah.
You can only have burnt toast and raw eggs.
Yet
to
another
feed
one
this
of your
worm.
naked action figures.
Yeah, he has no pants for
No
some
pants.
reason.
A lot of your dudes have no pants.
Yeah,
They
I
just
know.
have like
Speaking of
this
no pants, I got
giant fur
Randy
burger.
Orton
What?
from the WWE Elite line. He was $7 on clearance at Walmart, so I couldn't say
What
no
a
to
deal.
that.
$7.25 too much.
That's Elginomics, you know.
Yeah, it
He's
is.
gonna get it.
Yeah. But yeah, there he is. He can do an RKO out of nowhere on everybody.
And you can make him skateboard and get killed by a predator.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he took down a predator because
Whoa.
he's the legend killer.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And he's also wearing no pants.
Yeah. He's got his little skivvies on. Then I was at Target and found this Undertaker from 1997. This is what his outfit was in 97.
Not the toy is.
No,
from-
it's a new toy, but it's circa 97 is this outfit. This was also on clearance for like $13 after my discounts and stuff.
Jeez.
So yeah, this was another.
Did
elite.
he come with a lot of stuff? Or
This is pretty much it.
That's pretty cool. Though.
But this overcoat comes off, and
Oh, wow.
and the hat comes off and everything too. So, and he took down a predator as well, because
because
he's the Undertaker. No one beats the dead man.
Well, no, he just
Except for the one guy
he
that
just
Exactly,
he
that
just
one time.
embalmed him after this dude took him out.
Except after the 20 plus WrestleMania wins that he had.
He does look good though.
Yeah.
he looks really good.
Yeah, and he even has his little tattoo, his teardrop tattoo, which I had to inform Ethan, my son, that means he probably killed somebody in prison.
Feather sailor. Or his makeup artist put it on with mascara.
Yeah, but both those are elite figures, which are like the next. So the best is the Ultimate Edition, and then you have elite, and then you have like standard ones going down with less and less articulation. Then speaking of wrestlers, we also got another WWE superstar, John Tenta Earthquake, aka Canadian Earthquake, back from the WWF days, early WWE days.
Is that
as
a
well.
new? Is that a new
This-
run?
This is Series 5. They also have his tag team partner Typhoon out. Also Tugboat was his name, but yeah, John Tenta was actually he passed away at the same age that I am currently.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awkward.
But he looked so much older.
Yeah,
He
he
did.
pretty much looked like that his entire career. But yeah, he actually this comes with a soft goods onesie that you can take off, and he has his actual the blue, and he also comes with, which is kind of nice. So if you take off his little singlet, he has his blue painted on singlet, which is what he usually wrestles with as a tag team. And then he comes with the blue boots as well, so you can do a full blue outfit basically, and then you can take off the knee pads, which actually come off, which is nice. It's basically a 2-in-1 figure for that.
That's cool that they did that.
Yeah. What are you doing? Don't put a bulge in his singlet.
I was gonna,
He totally was.
I wasn't gonna put a bulge in his. I was gonna make him shit his pants, but
They nailed his hair.
Yeah, they even
really
painted. They
did.
even painted on a little bald spot with his hair and stuff. Like, yeah. But yeah, he actually used to be a sumo wrestler when he started out. He went to Japan first and actually sumo wrestled for a while, and then wrestled like in the WWF. So.
It never even occurred to me to give him like a good bowl job. I was going to give him a big old loaded diaper.
Exactly. But yeah, he was always a heel for the most part, especially against Hogan and Ultimate Warrior back in the day.
What a heel! What a card! What a maroon!
And the last thing I have is down here.
Stand clear, everyone. This is amazing.
All right, this is the this thing's falling off the back.
I just gave birth to this.
This is the Castle Grayskull from the CGI series that I got at Big Bad Toy Store when they did their summer sale. It was 50% off.
Heck yeah, you did.
That back down. Is the thing up? So,
What else?
Push the button, Frank.
Okay.
all right. So
Guys, watch this.
So if you have the power sword, which you'd have where my hand's at there in the front, you would activate the bridge, comes out like that, so you can enter. And then if you're standing up on the top of the Grayskull, you can push this power sword on the top here as well, which activates that flame on the top there and does a bunch of other sounds. And then
These side platforms are amazing.
yeah, so it's heavy. This comes out like that on the side, one side, and extends out and opens up so that you can have a little computer area right there.
For all of the computery type stuff that happens in Eternia and the pornography.
And then on the other side, that opens there, and then slides out and open. This is for like weapon storage.
That's pretty
It comes
rad.
with some weapons as well, some swords and axes. Storage area. It's kind of like the dungeon that they have there at training area. You can actually put the weapons in here. It's a weapons rack.
So
That
cool.
can go in there. On the back, oh my god, there's a little spine. There's a cage that goes here. It just attaches on the back. But then if you have somebody on top here, they can fall into the pit
Yeah.
there. So
Nice.
Into the pit.
Slide down that bone there and go
Yep.
straight into the pit.
to the bone zone.
Yeah.
And then the front, it has these two little spaceships that come off and fly around and shoot
Or you could drink tea out of them.
like that. They shoot toward you.
In 3D.
Yeah.
I
But they're
do the
part
same
of it.
thing when I drink tea.
But yeah, so they have those two little guys. I have Prince Adam and the other one there, but they just kind of fly around and stuff.
Dude, it's humongous.
That's what.
It's so cool.
It's pretty awesome. I just need to
Giant floating castle.
Yeah, they kind of nailed that kind of floating aspect of it by putting these bone things I guess, or something.
Giant bones on the bottom.
Yeah, so it does have a space below it where it kind of just floats.
Looks like it's hovering.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Dude.
You're gonna hang it from the ceiling.
Maybe.
Ooh, that's a cool.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. It's
Maybe.
less counter space. It's,
Exactly.
It's worth exploring.
You could put a light bulb in there and just turn it into a lamp and make it the focal point of your kitchen.
Exactly.
Yes.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I have for today.
Dude, that's
this
plenty.
is for later for the actual the topic.
All right. Well, Spudamus.
I have a couple things.
All right. Like what?
Cough into the microphone first.
Hmm?
I got
Please
this
do.
Legacy needle nose on the eBays for $10.
Heck yeah.
With
both his guys. It's double target master.
And it also came with Titans Return Hardhead. So the green tank. Yeah. And it was like $10 together. So
Heck
I had to. Yeah. And I got still in the box a
Dude.
Beast Machine's Jetstorm.
Yeah, I'm going to hold on to that. Thank you.
That's cool.
Pass that around.
Shiny.
Back when they still did back metal.
And this just came today, so I haven't actually had a chance to get it out.
Oh,
but-
dude.
So it's a San Diego Comic-Con primitive skateboarding Optimus Prime. And it's got a little with Shredicus. This little dude that
Are there other versions of this Jetstorm dude that
Yep.
are the same mold as Cyclonus?
No,
Okay.
there's
Just the wings
smaller
are,
versions.
The wings are very Cyclonus-y.
yeah.
Cyclonus wasn't in that series.
Oh, what do I know?
Or repainted
Transformers
from
are
it.
like the
But
worst
that's-
toy line.
It's kind of the character though.
Kind of, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
This box is it's cool shit. You can get
And so yeah, the
probably
Optimus
closer.
Prime is a limited run.
Oh, that's rad.
Yeah, man, it's amazing.
I'm-
Skateboarding Prime.
I'm happy to have seen that.
Yeah.
And
And-
so it's like actual battleable armor, and it turns into a semi and trailer.
That's cool.
Will you remove it from its packaging?
It's already been opened. So.
Will you display it outside of the
Probably.
packaging? Okay.
Well, I mean, I'll probably put it back in the package for the time being.
Let's
the
talk
next-
more about Spoody's package.
Okay. No, that's my brother. That's gross.
Why'd you say it
There's a lot
like
of stuff
that?
rattling around
Yeah,
in there.
stop it.
Shake it more.
Yeah, it was open.
Oh,
had-
God, this
had
is
it out
the
with
audio.
pictures. I don't remember what year it was, but
19.
2023.
Tickety
Tickety two. I love it.
and then Jason just gave me his other
2016.
The Rise of Tyranny 2-pack Minor Megatron and Senator Ratbat, which was on is that the last episode?
Yep.
One before.
Finally
don't
gets
know.
elected to Congress.
Yep.
Oh,
So,
I got you.
Yeah. So you had what they sent you the wrong one or something,
Yeah, they were listed wrong on Amazon.
and that's all I have.
Okay.
I just knocked over all your stuff.
Did. Okay. Talk amongst yourselves.
Just put that anywhere. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk more about Spoody's package.
I got this Shattered Glass 2-pack. Shattered Glass is opposite world
Yeah.
stuff.
Bizarro World.
Bizarro world. So here's a side swipe. And this looks familiar. It looks like Armada.
Yeah.
So they're totally going to repaint it as that. And the little guy's Whisper. It's the first time they included a mini-con, is what they were back in the Armadas, the late 2000s. That works with the guy. He's pretty blue and yellow. And side swipe.
Is this the eBay purchase?
This nope. This is just
It's
has
like the same
Pulse.
sculpt as.
Yeah, this is brand new. It's just out.
Never mind. I forget.
And this is Shattered Glass Rodimus, who's like, the evil Rodimus version, and he comes with the Fu Manchu. I put his little. He has the shades too, like the other
visor.
Rodimus visor, so I put it down, but doesn't have to. But he's cool, and just an amazing transformation on this guy. On that Rodimus mold is so cool, and those colors, the black and gray and purple with a little bit of red, is just awesome. Yeah, any robots with facial hair, it's cool.
I just saw that on eBay. And
Oh, yeah?
I put a bid on it because it was cheap, but it was just Rodimus. So
Normal. Rodimus. Oh, just the one.
that
Oh,
that
but just
Rodimus.
that figure.
Yeah.
I was just telling someone today, they were asking me how I
Dude.
decide.
How you got a girlfriend?
We may never know how that. Lost a bet or something. How you pick what you're going to get next,
Oh,
in toys, because
when it's on sale.
our lists are, yes, and you found your way, Elgin. And I was just trying to explain how, you kind of create lines for yourself that,
Sure.
and this one was one, recently they just put out they're putting out this new series for Studio Series called Gamer Editions. So it was based on a video game that came out years ago, and I don't play video games, so I don't really have a connection to
Sure.
these toys. but then like no toys came for a couple weeks, and this was at
You got the
Walmart.
itch.
Yeah, so I got a little Cliff Jumper. He's the gamer edition. He turns into a little Cybertronian vehicle. He's cool. He's got a little pot belly, and there's a Bumblebee just like him too. But really cool figure.
I have a question about this dude.
Sideswipe. Yep.
Sidewipe, yeah. Is this new?
Yes.
Okay.
Those little
There's little
blade
slots
things
on the
are-
doors when you transform to put his weird little Sordos in.
Yeah, that's
That's kind of cool.
literally probably about 14 to 17 figures of this mold out right now.
It's the same.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's the same
recolored.
as like the
over and over.
what's the blue one? And then there's
Yeah, a lot of side swipes.
Bluey.
But yeah, this on the hood is new, and then these side that turn into his weapons is new too. So
that's kind of the scar on the hood is really cool.
mm-hmm.
That's like that's a
base
super
fell off.
awesome detail.
And then I am a sucker for the one-step Transformers, and I didn't know this was going to be a thing because she was already a figure as a deluxe, and then there she was as a one-step, and I was like, what? And when it falls, it transforms, and
That's cool.
just a neat. all these one-step flip changers, when you just fall it forward, and it transforms for you.
A lot of these one steps are really dumb, but the sculpt on this one's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twitch, I think is her name, and she's cool, and new character in Earth Spark.
It looks like there should be articulation, but it doesn't.
But it really isn't. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Turns out it is as lame as you think it is.
Yeah, I mean they could have given her elbows. Whatever.
I got Snarl,
Cool.
new Dinobot, the fourth of the series, the Studio Series Snarl. I will say it again. I said it in my video. This transformation is incredible. It was just a hell of an experience. Just turning him into a dinosaur. Just the engineering. It was so fun. Sure, he's big, but sometimes when they're big and bulky like that, they necessarily aren't intricate, or they're a little simplified. But even though he is, it's a really cool transformation. I love him a lot, and I think they announced that Swoop is coming, so they'll have all 5 Dinobots.
Nice.
Thank God, because we've been worrying for a year now. Are they going to finish? Are they
Right.
going to finish? But he's a big boy, and he's beautiful, and heck of a transformation. Couple more. I got the newest G1 Retro reissue Kickback showed up, and he's right here. He's in his grasshopper mode. Interesting changes. This new retro reissue lines are doing them in animation paint jobs, so it's subtle, the differences, other than no chrome. It's now this nice silver, or it was like a see-through orange kind of a chest, with this chest plate here. This was black before, but
Like a translucent style.
it was a translucent, but now it's this yellow, more like his, and this purple's a little lighter and closer to the animation colors, but he's cool. He came with some Energon cubes too, which is neat. First time I've had any of those.
Yeah, they taste delicious.
Hey, you're not supposed to eat those. You're not a robot. Or are you?
You're gonna have to wait a couple days to get some of them back.
Oh no, gross. Okay. And then I got one more thing that just showed up today.
Yay!
This Menasor, the new Menasor in a pack, in a set.
Hey, look at that.
And so,
That's a lot of stuff.
yeah, in a gift set pack. So it's reminiscent of the old, back in the day, they'd sell the combiners one by one for a while, and then that Christmas probably they'd come out with a gift set version
Yeah.
where they put them all together. And I don't think they've really done that with any of the newer versions, really. Not like this, with like They back in Combiner Wars, they did box set versions of the Combiners, but not like mimicking this open window version where you see all the cars or all the vehicles in there, and it's super neat. And they really, and this just the original version just came out. I mean, the last vehicle just showed up to complete the original Minosaur of this legacy version. And then suddenly this is announced, and I'm like, "Gosh dang it! I already got." But they did change the color schemes on all the toys to be more toy accurate.
Okay.
So if you're getting super nerdy and you put them side by side, they definitely are different.
Yeah.
And you can see the difference, but probably only when you set them next to each other will you really notice. But
are you keeping this all like this since you have all the other ones?
that's a great question, Elgin.
Thank you.
That's a great question, Elgin.
Thank you.
I don't
Super
know.
nice guy.
He is. But like, I don't know, because if it was an enclosed box, yeah, I'd take them out. But this, I'm afraid they might not go back in there once I take them out. And I don't know.
You just have to push them hard.
You'll never know till you open it.
But it just the way it mimics the old box sets, it's like, gosh, it looks so cool like that.
I would keep it like this.
You're right.
Because I already second one.
Because I already have a second one. I just finished, and he's sitting on the shelf. So you're right. I probably should leave him.
Right.
Open it.
Oh my gosh.
Make a video. Open it.
Well, you can look at him, but yeah. Super stoked to have. I mean, I want to open them because all the paint jobs are different.
Right.
Like I want to experience it and see
but
that.
But they probably transform the same ways, right?
Exactly the same.
So
everything's the same.
Just keep that in the box.
You're right. You're right. Good call. Oh my gosh. But if I open them, then I can take pictures of them at like a gas station scenario diorama. I'm trying to segue here, people.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Gas station is a great.
I'm going to go over to Casey's and I'm going to
that's
maybe get a couple slices of pizza and some of their chicken strips, and then open Transformers and just sit down on the floor in the bathroom and play with them.
I don't know if you want to sit down on the floor.
I would not.
Oh, did you say diarrhea or diorama?
Rama. So who here has
Rama noodles.
set up a diorama to take pictures?
That's a great question, Jason.
Thanks.
Thank you for asking.
I've done it a little bit outdoors using, I've seen Elgin do this. Yeah, using the outdoors.
Are we including the outdoors as dioramas?
Is it not? I don't know. Is it not in the?
I didn't Google the definition of diorama.
Oh, I have it here.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Let's see.
hold on to your underpants, ladies, because they're just about to get blown off here.
What makes a diorama?
That's not how.
Hey, that's a great
the
question.
definition starts.
Well, a diorama is a crafted 3D scene, typically made to a life-size scale, as seen in museums and tourist hotspots, or as a miniature model. The miniature model versions are often built by hobbyists with aligning interests in cars, planes, ships, military events, and history, model figures, and games.
Trains, planes, and automobiles.
Exactly. So get ready to make your Steve Martin, John Candy diorama.
Heck yeah.
No, I definitely haven't done that. I mean, I'll use sticks and leaves and stuff to create
I'll use it as a
scale-ish
scene.
for scenes.
Yeah, I do it for my Predator stuff. I have outdoor scenes, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but we grew up in the 80s in the golden
did.
era of toys, and like Hasbro and Mattel and other companies were selling us dioramas. I mean, that's basically what these play sets were. The flag is a diorama.
Yeah, you could think of Grayskull.
Castle
if you
Grayskull and
open it
Snake
up.
Mountain, especially and Eternia, especially. Like, I mean, that's all that stuff together, full on diorama. Like that's.
But we're calling those play sets. We're
Sure.
talking about crafting.
Sure, I get it, and I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
But like, just the idea that like
creating a scene.
Yes.
Yes.
Most times they're in like a box,
yeah,
for example, and they have like a scene, whether it's like a bar or hospital or something, and you have your figures interacting with that to make a scene.
Yeah.
Within that,
Or recreating an episode of the
Exactly.
cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that a lot too in the Joe world. There's tons of people that have done like a Dreadnoks clubhouse, and they got like video games and little tiny cans of grape soda and donuts. And
Well, I found the other dioramas are physical boxes built to showcase learning on a subject matter or topic. So most times they're used in schools, like for a classroom. But as we've seen with like other hobbyists,
The nerds run
they can
with
use
it.
them as
there's a dude named Steve Wood that does like he prints like backdrops
okay.
that so he'll
Fit in
print
the
like
shelf.
he'll print like 3 walls and a ceiling and a floor to stick into a box.
Right.
Like I think like his standard size is like milk crate size.
Okay.
So you can do like a whole thing. And yeah, those are pretty cool, and that's a pretty easy way to get into.
Does that count as a diorama, or
think
until you
so.
put a little chair in there, then it's
Yeah,
then
I mean, you
it's
put your figures in when that.
I
As long as
just
they're-
trying to help
I think as
define.
long as they're interacting to create a scene, then it's a diorama.
I still think that a lot of the play sets, especially like the G.I. Joe base and the flag and like tactical battle platform and all those things, like the giant things, I would still almost classify those as dioramas because of what they are. They're a 3D. I mean, that's basically what Hasbro was trying to sell us. They were trying to sell us the recreation of the cartoons and the comics, and then like J.C. Penney's and Sears catalog like took it a step further and actually created dioramas, like actual dioramas with all the toys, to make me want to buy it more, and it worked.
I think if you put the water-looking stuff at the bottom and a sky for the background, then it's a diorama, not just the flag by itself. Because it's for the picture, right? It's for the scene.
But it's so big
That's
that you
the-
have
Yeah.
like planes taking off
You can
on it
either-
and stuff, and like helicopters landing. Like it's, I mean, sure, but I don't
Okay,
know.
yeah.
You could use the same for Grayskull, at least when you open it up, because there's multiple levels. You can, I suppose if you're staging a scene and not just using it as a play set and going, riding up and down the elevator and going through the
Right,
trapdoor.
because
But
it
if you
feels
just-
like it's a static thing
yeah,
for
exactly.
a museum
Exactly.
piece.
So
yeah,
here,
and that's what it'd be if you
Staged.
if you stage something within the playset and then take your picture or video of that, you're not necessarily playing with it, you're just photographing it or videoing it. Then that could be more static of actual
so here's a question:
diorama.
the flag that I'm building,
Right.
since I'm building it, even though I don't have any sort of scenery or anything around it, is it a diorama, or is it not?
Are you staging stuff on it?
Of course.
Then
Not at the moment. Right now, I'm
probably.
piling stuff on it. No, my whole display upstairs that was going to be a diorama. I mounted those flat pack bookshelves from Walmart to my wall, and I had grand plans to like do a full on diorama in there. I was gonna like cut out holes in the shelves and do staircases and elevators and like decorate the back sides of the shelves. And now all of a sudden my house is getting small and my wife needs a place to put the Christmas tree, and I have been thinking anyway about maybe I'm going to move all this stuff downstairs and completely refocus like what I'm doing with my G.I. Joe collection, because right now it's just sitting there gathering dust and I'm not really having any fun with it. I still enjoy them, but like I'm not actually having any real fun with it. So I think I'm going to go I'm going to rework my entire basement, and I'm going to go full on like diorama, like seaport dock sort of
Cool.
with the flag and everything. Yeah.
So when we had this topic come up, like the first thing I thought of was that Simpsons episode where it's from season 6, it's episode 2 called Lisa's Rival. It's the episode where Lisa ends up, there's a new student and that's basically better than her at everything. And they actually have a diorama at the school. It's called Diorama Rama. that Principal Skinner is hosting, and so they have to like create all these dioramas. Basically, the smart kid doesn't win, Lisa doesn't win, and then they pan to Ralph Wiggins, and he's like, "What's a diorama?" and so I did a recreation of what he did on that episode.
That's what's under this towel.
Oh.
Yes.
So they
I
basically
didn't
had
even
like
notice the towel.
everything was under like sheets, and they were supposed to be doing like
reveal.
topics. Yeah, they were doing like like Nelson Muntz did the Grapes of Wrath, and he just had grapes. He's like, "Here's the grapes, and here's my wrath," and just like hits it and splatters everywhere.
Oh, jeez.
And then so this is my recreation of what Ralph Wiggins did.
Ralph.
So then when they lifted his up,
Guys, come to YouTube.
he just piled a bunch of carded figures in a box, and he's like, "What's a diorama?" And then Principal Skinner's like, "Are those vintage?" There were Star Wars figures in it. He's like, "Are those carded vintage Star Wars figures still in the box?" And so then he's like picking them up. He's like, "You have all these. You have my favorite, Chewie." Yeah. So I basically put all of my carded DC Primal Age in a diorama box into it. And then he ended up winning because they didn't like any of the other stuff, and Principal Skinner loved the Star Wars figures. So then
My
Ralph
Lord.
Wiggins is like skipping down the road saying, "Oh, I beat the smart kids. Oh, I beat the smart kids." And then he trips and dumps it. He's like, "Oh, I bet my Wookiee."
Yes.
That's
But that's my diorama from The Simpsons.
Oh, we are failing at this one. Do you have plans of doing any,
yeah.
Belgian?
I would like to. Once I get some stuff organized and stuff, maybe even like a turtle sewer scene or something
That'd be
like
pretty
that.
rad.
I know they're making one. Like that's like $300,
Yeah.
but I think I could probably make my own for cheaper.
I think you could. And you know what would be like completely rad would be if you did the sewer system like underneath Castle Grayskull, and
that would be cool.
Oh, snap.
They like crawl up through.
yeah,
They have to have one.
Yeah. It's got to go somewhere.
now the attorney
It's a
and poops have
he-turd.
to go somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
very cool. Yeah, I love. I mean, I follow so many toy folks on Instagram and Twitter and everywhere, and I love the photos so much. I have a hard time like decide if I want to do it. I want my photos to be better and have those things other than just pose your figure or whatever. But man, it comes down to two things: just space.
Yeah, they do take up a lot of
Final
space.
frontier.
Yeah, that and I don't even remember what the second one was. So it's just the space.
Was the second one time?
It's probably time.
And money.
Yeah.
They usually go hand in hand.
Stop buying so many toys, you'll have money for a diorama.
Well, I just seen have the toys and the
Maybe
diorama.
buy something nice for your girlfriend once in a while.
do. I do. Don't look at me like that. Yeah. So I mean, I want to do that. I also can't like. Just there's like so many different styles within it too. Like,
Right.
I enjoy
Well-
people that just kind of pick one and just like
Use that for
use that
It'd
for
be-
over and over.
It'd be really easy to do. It'd be really easy to do like a classic Cybertron cartoon, like original Transformers cartoon Cybertron diorama, because you just need a bunch of odd-sized boxes and paint them silver.
Sure.
Yeah, but it's all about room at my place.
Yeah, you should buy a house.
Well, not that we're at my work right now, but I've thought of there's some room. I'm like, why don't I
There's
just
empty rooms in there.
why don't I just take up some space over there?
That seems perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, I don't think they care.
Give tours. Make it part
but
of
it's
the downtown
but
experience.
but you want to have it set up. You don't. It so sucks to set it all up and take it all down, set it all up,
Yeah.
take it all down.
That'd be the only thing.
To have something, if there was a place to take pictures that you knew was so badass, Oh man, we'll be doing so much more. You
Like
just
interchange.
You should
Be
just,
be grabbing toys all day and taking pictures.
you
all
rent the
day.
apartment above yours.
I should.
I mean, I thought about doing, if I do some more like a diorama, I would like to recreate like a wrestling ring with like audience. Because I've seen other
Oh yeah.
people do that as
Do
well.
a full on cage.
with like entrance, or entrance walkway and like actual audience.
You
and
have
stuff.
you have the room if you ever get to
If I
finishing
fix
the
it up.
upstairs in your
Yeah, I know.
barn. Like you have
I'd have
shit
plenty
tons of
there.
room up there.
But that convenience of just having someplace set up.
Yeah, and that's what I try when I do like the Thrasher Thursday stuff with the skateboarding or skate park stuff. Even I have it set up so I can move it in. It's almost modular where you can just pop in the skate park or the quarter pipe or whatever, and then use that for photos. Even if this backdrop is Castle Grayskull, it's still they can, it's something at least.
How about you, Spoots? Do you have
I
any?
don't really take pictures of my toys. So.
Yeah, but you display them. You ever thought about displaying them in scenes?
Well-
setting up scenes for display.
Only with like the Micromasters.
Oh yeah.
Doing like the whole Autobot City with Metroplex and all
That'd
that.
be cool. I also thought you would probably do one with your GoBots,
Yeah,
with the command center, and
yeah. Need
it'd
to
be
get
a
more
fun
parts for
scene
the
to
command
set
center
up.
first.
But
Yeah, I'd like to do like a battle scene with the final faction stuff. Like have them just like fighting
Right.
it out, like in a cityscape, or because I've seen that too with a lot of like Marvel DC stuff. They have like a city with a street and stuff, and then there's like people attacking each other.
Once wintertime rolls around, your wife brings all of her plants inside. You're gonna have plenty of.
I use
options
that a
for
lot
your
for
predator stuff.
I do that actually. I did that in
Yeah.
last year. I
But like
used
when they come inside, they're all bunched together
Yeah.
in like this total jungle, and it's,
look at our Instagram page. You'll see that last
You
year
see
when
that.
I used
cubic acre of plants
all
inside.
the
your
all the
tiny
ferns and all the mother-in-law tongues and all the other plants that are there. Are great for that.
yeah, maybe I could do a better job of just setting up scenes when displaying the toys. Because right now they're just all there for school pictures. They're just like line it up,
Yeah.
just line up, just stand there.
This is what I love particularly about the Lego Harry Potter sets, because I have a bunch of those the Harry Potter castle sets, and it's basically you're building a diorama.
Yeah.
And so I guess I do have that set up on a shelf in my house with all the castle sets together, and I need to rework it at some point here, but I have that, and those are super cool. And the modular sets, like they all have these little spots on the corners with little pegs, so you can stick them all together any way that you want.
Sure.
And yeah, those are pretty cool. I really like those.
I think the closest thing I have to a diorama is just having some toys to show off the scale of things. Like
Yeah.
I have my Titans, like the Unicrons and stuff, and then I got a little baby Optimus Primes and figures that I kind of
got
put
like
at its feet, so it feels like a scene-ish. They're not necessarily fighting.
So which
but-
one do you keep in the shower?
Anyway, so we're gonna. I think that's it on diorama.
The Alita one.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Anything else? Dioramas?
Do you want to know who invented?
Oh, I bet you do.
Who invented the diorama? Louis Jacques Mende Daguerre. He was French.
Oh.
French scenic painter, physicist, and inventor of daguerreotype. What's daguerreotype, you ask? Well,
I didn't.
it's the first
actually.
successful form of photography in the 1830s.
Oh.
And how did they do that? Thank you for asking. It was a copper plate coated with silver iodide, which was then exposed to light in a camera, then fumed with mercury vapor and fixed, or made permanent, with a solution of common salt.
Oh,
That's how pictures were made.
that's
Back in the
neat.
1830s.
Yeah, and that's
And that guy did it. Louis Jacques Mende Daguerre.
and then they got radiation poisoning and they all died.
Well, yeah, you can actually get poisoning from the silver iodide,
And the mercury.
and the mercury vapors will make you go crazy.
Yep.
But yeah,
Which is where the term "mad as a hatter" came from.
yeah, because they use mercury
Yeah.
in the fittings of hats, and it seeped into your brain.
So maybe we'll all work a little harder on doing better dioramas.
Yeah.
Because they're cool. We all like seeing them. And
My
doing
wife
them.
actually said to me today, maybe you need to start working on that.
I like
So,
her.
I need to start working.
I always
on that.
liked her.
I have not even enough room to put up half of my collection. So
Well, all right. Until next time, we'll take a quick little break right now and tell you about our podcast network. The PFPN, the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, is your home to over 30 podcasts of all sorts and types, and you're going to love it. It's just a cool place to hang out. ThePFPN.com. This nice lady's going to tell you all about it.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.
All right, we're back, and now it's time for Elgin to take you on a store tour.
All right, today's store is called Sarge and Red's Toys and Collectibles.
I know this store.
It is at 45157 Van Dyke Avenue in Utica, Michigan, which is about 40 minutes north of Detroit. Straight north.
Love Detroit. Says no one.
Sarge is cool. Go on.
Anyway, it has a selection of G.I. Joe, Marvel, DC, Funko Pop, Transformers, Motu, and more over at Sarge and Red's Toys and Collectibles. So you are familiar with them, Corey?
I am, and they do a lot of video stuff. I follow them on Facebook because I don't have any of the
I
other
believe we're
things.
following them on Instagram.
But
maybe.
like
We stalk everybody.
the most recent video that I saw, he was like he walked through the entire store like before opening and was like giving a pep talk to all of his toys. You're gonna go home with a little girl today and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah,
and
I've seen one.
Red does some cool stuff too. And
See them on Instagram, and they look like really cool people. So, yeah, it's Sarge and Red's Toys and Collectibles, 45157 Van Dyke Avenue, Utica, Michigan.
Very cool. Thank you, Elgin.
Sweet.
Well, now it's time to hear from you guys. It's Corey with Talking Toys.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? So, anyway, what? Was that really loud? I didn't mean to be really loud. I'm
No,
sorry.
it was very surfer-y.
Hey guys.
Hey,
So anyway, let's see. I got confused here for a second.
What?
I know. I was doing a last minute check to see if there were any new comments on anything, and there was one notification, so I was scrambling to find that one here. And it was on a different thing. Let's see. Regarding dioramas, Thomas P. Hewitt. He says, I like a few different ones. I really enjoy Extreme Sets dioramas. I haven't heard of these, but I'm going to look them up. I don't know. Someone can Google it while I'm reading. Very modular and able to change stuff up whenever you want. I also really enjoy FEXT, that's F-E-X-T, system dioramas for the same reason. I wish they were cheaper. We all wish everything was cheaper.
Yes, we do.
There goes my microphone again. Let's see. A friend of mine makes his own and is really incredible. I just do not have that kind of artistic talent or time. Lol. Let's see. Julian Wolf replied, he said, I have their bar diorama in 118. It's fantastic, but the tables and benches tend to move around a lot. I'm looking for replacements since I feel like the benches just hide the figures. You could use some blue tack underneath those benches to keep them down.
So Extreme Sets has its own webpage. It's extreme-sets.com.
Right on.
And it has
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. But they have quite a few dioramas that you can
Nice.
that their range and prices.
And it's all just like kind of generic stuff, or is there any
very
brand specific?
Very specific. Well, they have like Tomb, Pop-Up, Sanctuary, Outer Rim, Arena, Cabinet, New York City Building, Crate Pack.
So not like here's a G.I. Joe diorama. or
no,
here's a
it's just kind of like
Transformers
a background scene.
Yeah, that's cool. Let's see. Julian Wolf in his own post said it's the only way for me to display, and then he has several pictures that you should go check out on the in the toy room page of cool. Like there's a rifle range and there's like a headquarters thing, and this one there's actually one that I recognize here. It's like a bunker style. Anyway, it's on Amazon and it's kind of expensive. So Julian must be rich.
Totally
Eddie,
loaded.
he says, I love dioramas and would like to get into doing my own custom ones for my figures and my Hot Wheels.
And your friends.
Yeah. I have a few pre-made ones for my Hot Wheels, and they're starting to become an addiction. I have seen some of those, and they're really cool. They're just like they're little garages, but they're like extremely detailed, and I really like them too. And have actually been thinking a lot lately about like because I have a lot of loose Hot Wheels. I was thinking about like trying to build a parking garage and like do some really cool detail parking
Hot
garage
Wheels that like to
thing.
get around.
Yeah.
They're loose. No.
Julian replied to him. He said, "If I was into Hot Wheels."
Who is?
Yeah, who is? Loser. Eddie, not Julian. I love you, Eddie. If I was into Hot Wheels, that is where I would start for sure. Most stuff, Hobby Lobby, etc., is all close to Hot Wheels scale. Also, have you heard of the board game Gaslands? And I have not, but when I read this earlier, I was like, oh, I should look into that. It is a great way to get more use out of your Hot Wheels on a free evening with friends. So apparently there is a Hot Wheels-based game, yeah. Ken Tomlin piped in too. He said, I'd love to, but I lack the talent, money, and time for it.
Yeah.
Oh, Ken.
Oh, Ken.
Over here on Ostradamus Toys, Oz says, setting up dios is definitely the way to go if you have the room and patience for it. So that seems to be kind of a general consensus. Is there room for it? Or is there not room for it? Or is there room for it?
So Gaslands is a tabletop game of post-apocalyptic vehicular mayhem.
Whoa.
With fast and cinematic rules. It is designed to be played with toy cars, allowing players to ram, skid, and race their way through the wreckage of a burnt-out Earth.
That sounds rad.
It's published by Osprey Games.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
My kids have hundreds of Hot Wheels that are perfect for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to look that up and try and get into maybe getting the kids to play a Hot Wheels game because that sounds freaking awesome. I think that's all we're going to do for
That extreme
talking
sets.
toys.
They have a 1/18th scale stuff
Yeah.
there as well. So
Cool.
For
I'm going to
sure.
check them out. Thanks, Julian, for the cool tips on that stuff. That's rad of you.
And all you guys, those comments
Yeah,
are
thanks for all
amazing.
the
And
comments
if
from
you haven't commented yet, we'd love to see your
Ken and Eddie
dioramas.
and Tom.
Leave when this episode comes out. Let us.
Show us your dioramas.
whip them out.
All right. Well, before we go, we just want to remind you guys that if you like the show and you want to help support the show, tell a friend. You know, you have them. It's okay. Just do it. It's free. It's easy. But if you want to do even more, all you got to do is go over to patreon.com/cracktasticplastic. You can give us a couple bucks a month. We give you some cool things for that. You will get your money's worth, guaranteed. And it helps a lot. And one of the cool things you get is a shout out on the show. Like these guys. We got Tony Miller, Chris Turnip Simmons, Peter Klinsman, and Alex LaForest. That's right. Those guys are cool.
Law Forest?
LaForest. I probably put a bigger pause there than there was. One word. All right, guys. Let's go check out this Borderlands. What, Badlands?
Gaslands.
Gas borders. Let's play with Hot Wheels, said no one. All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching and listening.
I
See
know.
you
Let's
later.
record another episode.
Maybe.
Thank you for listening to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. But not so fast, my foul fiends. Don't forget to follow these fools on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And visit cracktasticplastic.com. I'll be back.